Hello, Lorraine, 80 years old.
What in this life makes you smile?
Well, the other day I had this lady was in a wheelchair. So someone had dropped her off with a cab thing, and she couldn't get around. So I opened the door for her. I pushed her into her place and whatever, and she just beamed, And I thought, man, that. What else could you ask for?
What is the best gift you have ever received?
Well, there have been some real special type things, but one time I'll never forget, it was in 1964. We were living in Iowa, and all of a sudden I saw my mom and dad were supposed to come to visit. And I thought, what's that? They're not in the right car. They had bought me a new car, because we only had one car at that time. So they bought a brand new car, 1964, and I found the bill of lading a couple years ago. Brand new Mercury, $2,500. Isn't it? I mean, think about that. I just always thought that was the neatest thing, because they just did things to surprise and just from the heart.
What's the most interesting thing about you?
Well, I don't know. People say they like to hear me talk because everything I say is real interesting. They just get a good laugh out of it. Usually they're laughing at me, truth be known. Like on Fridays we go grocery shopping, and there's this lady stops me every Friday. She says, "I remember you from the hospital." She says, "You were always so good to me." And it just, I thought, man, I kind of look to see, is she in the store? It just makes you feel so good that you might have made a difference.
Have you ever lost somebody close to you, and what did you do to cope with that challenge?
Well, my parents, yes. But the funny thing of it is, when I think of them, I think of some happy moment. I'm thinking, boy, I was lucky that I was there every day to get this feeling and whatever, because we were taught back then to, big, terrific feelings that you were kindness toward your parents and all this stuff. So I've always tried to be kind to somebody, because that's what I learned from my folks.
Can you tell us about a specific moment in your life where you felt loved?
It's ongoing. I'm very fortunate. We've been together 55 years, and we get along pretty well. And almost can tell what somebody's thinking or whatever. And Chuck's very thoughtful of me, and I try to be thoughtful of him. And you just have to be a positive role model, that's it.
What is one thing about this life that you wished you understood more clearly?
Well, right now with what's going on, I suppose, and it will be a miracle to understand politicians, how they treat each other. That doesn't make you want to think about being behind them, because they're treating each other horrendously.
If you could share some words of wisdom with every young person on the planet, what would you say to them?
First of all, I would say, don't get to the point where you regret something you've done. It's so sad. Some people just say things, and I think if they would have thought a minute longer how that came across. Just don't regret what you've said or what you've done.